And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Welcome back to Fanboy Friday. Fanboys, say it with me. We hope your day is going terrible. Truly. Sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. So, the trade that shocked the basketball world, Anthony Davis for Luka. And at the time, everyone, well, not everyone, a lot of people were saying that, hey, surely LeBron knew about this trade, and other people were saying, hey, I don't believe LeBron knew. He was at dinner, he found out, he was shocked. He couldn't believe that they had traded the teammate that helped him get the 2020 Walt Disney bubble half a championship. He was just in shock. And it was kind of a thing for a while. You know, it was a, like I said, I think content creators were pretty divided between who thought LeBron James knew about it and who didn't. Me, myself, personally, I said I have a hard time believing LeBron James didn't know. You would have to bring me some kind of definitive proof. You would have to bring me some kind of scan of LeBron James's brain that could definitively say that when he found out about the news, he was completely shocked. And I say this because for several reasons. LeBron James is known to try to have teammates traded. He tried to have Kyrie traded. I say this because LeBron James has so much power that he was able to get his son, who doesn't deserve a shot in the NBA, a shot not only in the NBA, but a shot to play for a storied franchise like the Lakers. And a guy with that much power, you can't convince me that he didn't know. On top of the fact that, hey, when LeBron James passed Michael Jordan for 30-point games, Anthony Davis' response was, well, it took him 700 more games to do it. That was Anthony Davis' response. And you know, and while maybe he was being funny, while other people probably thought it was funny, I'm sure LeBron James did not like that. And Anthony Davis has been known for kind of raining on LeBron James' parade. Like when LeBron James broke the Kareem scoring record, Anthony Davis was like, what are we celebrating for? We lost the game. So these kind of things, you know, I'm sure they don't sit well with the false king. I'm sure, you know, LeBron James expects Anthony Davis to toe the line like everybody else in clutch sports. So because of these reasons, I have a very hard time believing that LeBron James knew nothing about this trade. But again, I have to say, it is possible. No one knows for sure on either side. But me personally, I believe that LeBron James probably had some knowledge about it. And not only do I believe it, not LeBron James necessarily, but Anthony Davis doesn't believe that the trade was as big a secret as people are trying to say. So this article comes from Sports Illustrated. Says Anthony Davis doesn't believe Lakers Mavericks Luka Doncic trade was a big secret. Says adding to the shock of the blockbuster trade that sent 5-time All-Star Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers, and 10-time All-Star Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks was the fact that neither player or Lakers superstar LeBron James knew that the deal was in works beforehand. But given some time to think and process through the emotions of the trade, Davis, while clearly ready to move on, now seemingly has a healthy amount of skepticism about how much the Lakers and Mavericks didn't know. Speaking to the Los Angeles Times after the Lakers' 107-99 win over the Mavericks on Tuesday, Davis said he isn't sure what to believe when it comes to the blockbuster trade. Quote, "The front office has to do what it has to do, and they're obviously going to do what's best for the organization," Davis said. "So I don't know if I ever got the real about any of it. I don't know what's true or what's not coming from upstairs. So my thing is I'm going to go to my counterpart who I've been running with and see what's going on, get his reaction, and that's all it was. We had a conversation, that was it." In the immediate aftermath of the trade, Davis said he FaceTimed James to see what his running mate of 6 seasons knew about the deal, and as for the reports that no one knew about the trade, Davis doesn't believe those. Everybody's saying nobody knew and all this other stuff. Davis continued, "I just don't believe it. But hey, man, I'm past that. I'm ready to move forward with Dallas. Try to get a championship there with these guys. First off, getting back on the floor and get ready to compete. All the emotions, that stuff lasted that night when it was just a shock." Davis debuted with the Mavericks against the Houston Rockets on February 8th, recording 26 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocked shots in 31 minutes of a 116-105 victory. Unfortunately, the star big man exited the game in the third quarter with what was later determined to be an abductor injury, an ailment that is expected to sideline him for multiple weeks. While Davis didn't play on Tuesday night, the Lakers thanked him for his contributions to the franchise, which included a championship in the 2019-2020 season with a heartwarming tribute. So we're going to keep this short, people. As I said, I have a hard time believing that the Duck, the Deer, the leader of the 4 and 6 Kingdom, knew nothing about this trade, but anything is possible. It's possible. But it seems Anthony Davis is skeptical about no one knowing about the trade as well, and he is much closer to the situation. Now, what prompted him to say that he doesn't know if no one actually knew about the trade, I'm not sure what prompted that, but I do know is he's obviously had some time to think about it, and this is where he has landed, is he's not sure, and for good reason. To think that Rich Paul and LeBron James knew nothing. Well, first of all, if Rich Paul knew anything, I would say then LeBron James definitely knew. But to think that they knew nothing, like I said, with as much power as they wield around the NBA, is completely ridiculous. And given the history of LeBron James, I think it's par for the course. Again, when LeBron James tried to have Kyrie traded, he tried to cover it up and pretend like that wasn't the case. So LeBron James trying to cover up his devious actions is not anything new. But yeah, like I said, because this trade happened this season, the Dallas Mavericks are added to my list of teams that I hope do really well, and even more importantly, teams that I hope ultimately do better than the Lakers. I hope Dallas does well. First and foremost, I hope the Cleveland Cavaliers do well. I'm really pulling for them. That's who I want to win the championship this year, is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number one, I like Donovan Mitchell. More importantly, I think it'll put a damper on LeBron's 2016 championship, his claim to fame. Now, we all know LeBron James has already tried to attach himself to the success of the Cleveland Cavaliers by saying that he opened the door for winning. in Cleveland. But again, to me, if Donovan Mitchell is able to get one, that will put a damper on LeBron James' claim to having been the only one to bring a championship to Cleveland. But anyway, we gonna hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What do you think at this point? What do you think about Anthony Davis coming out and saying he's not sure that no one knew about this, that he doesn't know what to believe about this trade? Do you think something in particular sparked that, or do you think it's just been him having time to reflect on the situation and think about all the players involved and say, yeah, this doesn't make sense that they were able to pull this off and nobody knew about it? Do you think it's him reflecting back on his conversation with LeBron James and saying, hey, I don't know if this guy seemed really genuine with his surprised response about my trade? But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.